Hello, this is Paula, and I'm bringing you another review. This time it's of Summer Boardwalk. It's a 3-wick candle by Bath and Body Works. I believe this is my first Bath and Body Works review on YouTube, and I have not burned a whole lot of the Bath and Body Works candles, but if you're a candle lover at all, it's very likely you've heard of this brand of candles. I've been a big fan of Bath and Body Works for years, with their line of gels and lotions and body sprays, and I'm more newly into the candles and then the warmers that you plug-ins into the wall. So anyway, I had heard a lot of reviews about Summer Boardwalk, and when I smelled it in the store, it was quite yummy smelling. So it's kind of up my alley in the fragrance department. And so this is going to be my review. I also am going to share a little bit of my, for lack of better words, my candle burning philosophy. You'll see what I mean maybe. Because Bath and Body Works and buying those candles, it makes me think through the money that I spend on candles and all of that. So, and then I would be curious too, anyone else's thoughts on that, because I'm sure everyone has their own views. So first of all, let's look at this. Let's just observe. I probably lit this candle for the first time about about an hour ago. And look at the wax pool already. It's completely all the way across, liquefied. And I did not trim the wicks. I really wanted to trim the wicks, but did not. That's one of the things I do. I tend to wait and see how a candle does. If you've ever been part of an experience where the wicks begin to drown in their own wax, you'll see why a lot of people don't trim the wicks. You cannot untrim a wick, so you can always blow it out, let it cool, and then trim the wicks and relight it. I would rather go that route than have to fiddle with a lot of babysitting. So as far as a quick burn that produces a thorough and full wax pool, this candle does that. And let's see, it's like a creamy off-white color, and as it's burning it looks kind of yellow. I have no blackening of smoke or soot, no blackness being put off into my room here, which that's kind of a biggie for me. So there's been no babysitting required. It's kind of doing great so far on its own. And so in that sense, I'm very pleased with it. Let me go ahead and share with you the Bath and Body Works, the review, or I'm sorry, the description that they give, rather. They'll give a description of their candles in general, and then a description of this particular scent or fragrance. It says, the perfect 3-wick candle, made using the highest concentration of fragrance oils, an exclusive blend of vegetable wax, and wicks that won't burn out. Our candles melt consistently and evenly, radiating enough fragrance to fill an entire room. Burns approximately 25 to 45 hours and measures 4 inches wide by 3.5 inches tall. So you'll have to forgive me if that's old news to you. I just like to read about the candles. The fragrance itself, it says, a summertime treat, caramel glazed popcorn, warm taffy, apples, and salted sweet cream. And I know that this is a favorite of a lot of people. I heard another reviewer, I think it was Sean, who said it can almost blow you out or something like that of the room. It's a strong candle. And that made me think of that reviewer and that review, because that's my experience a little bit. This is burning in a large room with somewhat high ceilings, and as you can see, it's going to burn pretty quickly. So when it says that 25 to 45 hours, I can believe that. So, I mean, there's a couple different things going on here. I think the various candles and the candle companies that we all love, um, there's definite pluses and minuses no matter which way you go. Now, for this one, I'm often coming home later in the day and I'm tired. Even if I lit a candle immediately upon coming home, it's going to be a while and into the night, almost approaching bedtime, when I'm going to blow out that candle. This candle would be awesome to light in the evenings because I'm going to get a quick wax pull, which means you're going to get the fragrance at its fullest, uh, its fullest extent into the living space where you are. I can smell this coming up the stairs. I can smell this in other rooms. And so here is a strange thought for me because I love the fragrance factor. I love the fragrance that a candle puts off. It's partly, and the main reason actually, that I get a candle in the first place, besides the ambiance. The primary reason is for the fragrance. So I could put this candle pretty much anywhere. I'm imagining I could put it downstairs in the large living room or family room area, and it would fragrance my home almost, the whole place. In that sense, that would be awesome. But as it stands right now, you walk in and you're like, wow, what is that? That's a strong candle. And so I already got some comments in this house. Someone said they thought it was caramel corn, which was a good guess. And I was explaining that this is a boardwalk and it has apples and caramel and popcorn and everything that it said. So caramel glazed popcorn, warm taffy apples, and salted sweet cream. I'm not sure about the sweet cream, exactly what that means, but it sounds good. And as far as a summertime treat, yes, it smells like a summertime treat. Caramel glazed popcorn, definitely. Caramel glazed popcorn for sure. Warm taffy apples, I get the apples for sure. In fact, it's kind of like a sweet, appley, yummy treat smell. As far as taffy, taffy sounds yummy. If I could smell a little more of the candy and taffy in here, I would welcome that. I don't get a lot of taffy smell, and that's okay. Let's see. Okay, now as far as expense and spending money, because for all of us candle lovers out there, and for the companies that are making and selling these candles and hoping to entice everybody, it is kind of one of the big factors, how we think about and how we buy our candles. So for me, I am all about the value. I don't know that it's a good hobby or addiction, if you want to call it that. I don't know that I'm addiction level, but I do love candles. And because it's a fun little treat to burn candles, I, like everyone else, would love a good value, because if I can get a good value on my candles, it helps me to justify the buying of the candles. Some of you out there will know exactly what I mean by that. And I enjoy a good value. So the better value, the more likely I'm going to take it home, because I, like a lot of other candle lovers out there, have a good stock already. So I probably will not be needing a candle for a very long time. I don't ever technically need a candle. It's pretty much a want situation. I want it. So that's just me being honest. And so therefore, it brings me to the 3-wick thing. These 3 wicks, they're burning strong. They're burning fairly fast, this candle. If I let this burn all day, I imagine it would go down a fair amount, and I'm only going to get a few burns. Now, some people get frustrated with the length of burn time in a large jar candle. I do not, unless I really don't like the fragrance or I'm really tired of it. But I also have enough candles that that's unlikely to happen, because I can just go and get a different candle. I will just tend to burn a candle through to its end. so I can get rid of that and then start another one. But like right now, I have several candles that have probably been started that have not been finished. So it kind of depends on your philosophy of buying. If you wait till the other candle is done before you buy a new one, that sort of thing. I feel like Bath and Body Works candles like this Summer Boardwalk is a true treat because I'm spending more money per ounce of wax and per hour of burn time, whatever, however you want to look at that. Even on the best sale that I could find on this during their semi-annual sale this summer of 2015, I took advantage of coupons. I think it was like a 20 off of 50 or 15 off of 45 or one of those on top of the sale. So I got these at a really good deal. I've seen some videos where people have gotten them down a little bit lower, and I do not understand how that happens. But I get an idea. I mean, I do not ever see the 75% off sale on on Bath and Body Works candles unless they're the smaller candles. And now that I'm thinking back, I think I did do a review on one of their smaller one wick candles. So those are a good way to try out these larger ones. Now, these candles, this particular size is the largest size that I'm aware of that Bath and Body Works offers. So, I'm just thinking here. Let me look again. I'm not seeing ounces. Oh, 14.5 ounces. Now that's compared to 22 ounces. Yikes. You know, see, I think that I lean toward Yankee. First of all, because that's my first real, well, this is going to sound lame, but my first real candle love was Yankee Candle. They're such a classic company that goes way back. They've been in the malls forever. Their candles, they're just that unique niche. Their whole dedication is towards fragrance. And I do love that. Fragrance in the home. And I do love that. I'm open to exploring the whole Bath and Body Works side of things. But this candle is so strong. I feel like that should be an automatic plus. But it is almost too much. Like if my mom came over or someone else, it might be like in their face smell. Unless again, like I had it off into a corner of a very large room. Say the fan was on and it could spread it throughout the house. There's some good value right there. But otherwise, these candles, without sounding too critical, can burn almost really hard and fast. So to me, I guess it just depends what your preference is. I like the slow burn, consistent, beautiful burn of a large candle. I could see putting this on a neat little pedestal in the middle of a dining room table or something. That would be really pretty. And I could see someone making the argument that these look kind of cool compared to the large jar Yankee candle. Say you're halfway through a large jar of a Yankee candle. Well, you have a long way to go and it's just a lot of glass like sitting there. So you could dress that up though with one of their toppers, that little like, it looks like a little lamp. You could put the top onto one of the large jars. So this kind of reminds me of the look of a medium jar, but I do think you're going to get a lot more of a burn time out of a Yankee medium jar than a Bath and Body Works 14.5 ounce jar. So I hope those thoughts are not too scattered and that makes sense to you guys. I do enjoy this. I'm loving it. The idea of Summer Boardwalk could not be any more fun. Good grief, you know, going on to a boardwalk. We did that last couple years ago in California. They have some great boardwalks out there, really fun, with a Ferris wheel and other roller coaster rides. And I mean, how fun is that to walk around and smell the popcorn and smell the caramel apples? I guess this is reminiscent of that. So it's worthy of trying out at least once. I can recommend it in that regard. It's fun to burn. I may experiment with seeing how low I can trim these wicks and not have them drown. So to get the maximum burn time, because maybe I'm a value freak, I don't know, in terms of getting the best value for my candle. Again, so that's just